Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to sit down and do a Q&A. So I asked you guys over on Instagram. It was under this picture right here. I asked you to send me any questions that you have, and you guys have sent me some really good ones. And we're almost at 500 questions. So let's dive right in. Okay, so the question that got the most likes is, how is life in Germany/Munich regarding the language barrier? Do locals have the ability to communicate well in English when making appointments, going to the market and talking about the product, asking for help while shopping, or asking for directions, etc.? Just curious. So most people here actually speak English really well. They all say that they don't speak good English, but they really do, like enough to, you know, communicate. But I actually really try to speak German when I'm in supermarkets, in the post office, and like pharmacies and stuff like that, because I want to practice. But it's not always easy because they hear my accent, and then I think to like ease the communication, they reply to me in English because they can hear that German is not my like main language. And I think they're being sweet, you know, like they want to help and they want to move the conversation along, but inside I'm like, no, I want to speak German, I want to practice. But with most young people that you meet, they pretty much all speak English. It's very international here in Munich, and I have actually learned quite a bit of German just by listening to Mo and his conversations. We also only watch TV in German, so our Netflix will be in German with English subtitles because Mo is just not into watching English shows or movies, unfortunately, so we watch them in German and I have to read them in English. But now that it's been a few years of doing this, I'm actually quite happy that we stuck to that because it has really helped me to learn the language. And of course, when I watch TV by myself, like Netflix by myself, then I will watch in English. But yeah, when we're together, he gets to see it in German. But I think that's kind of fair because our whole relationship, we speak English, so there's like a good balance there. Okay, the next most liked question is, what are your current favorite fragrances? So I actually brought them here so that I could show you guys. I haven't been so into fragrance lately, but I of course have my little collection at home, and these are the ones that I've been reaching for the most. So the first one is from Hermes. This is the Jour d'Hermes. It looks like this. This is a really nice fresh day scent. It has a little bit of like a citrusy kind of uplifting vibe to it. It's really beautiful, really elegant and sophisticated, and again it has that nice like freshness. It's so good. Another one that I love and is pretty much finished, there are just a few little drops left in there. This is the Bulgari, I think it's called Crystalline. I will make sure to have it linked below in the description box for you guys. This is really good, also really fresh, but it has a little bit more of a warmth to it, and again it's just very like elegant, uplifting and fresh. Again, I like fresh fragrances, especially since it's been summer. And then the third one that I really love is from Chanel. This is called Gabrielle. This really reminds me of my mom and of being at home because my mom loves the Chanel No. 5 perfume, as does my grandmother. And this has kind of like a little bit of that essence within it, but it's more modern and young. I really love this for like evenings, for when we're going out for dinner, or I just want to get like a nice kind of pick-me-up during the day. I would love to know what your favorite fragrances are. Let me know down below in the comments. The next most liked question is, when is your book coming out? Well, I started working on this during the beginning of quarantine and I got really into it. That's why I wasn't posting a lot of videos during a certain amount of time. I was really just putting everything into the book, and then life got really busy again, so I had to stop working on it. But I hope that I can pick it back up in maybe like a month or two. But pretty much all of my focus the last few months and weeks has been on our company, which we're launching in 2 or 3 weeks, which is so crazy. We're launching this month. And of course my YouTube channel, I'm posting twice a week now, and our move, we've just had so many things going on. But the book, it's in progress, and hopefully next year. The next question is, how do you keep your life organized? How does your week routine look like? I wish that my life was even more organized. I wish that I could get even more things done, but I also don't like to, you know, overdo myself and overexert myself. I've been through moments like that, and then I just feel absolutely exhausted and run down, and I don't enjoy life as much. So I basically have a list of priorities of things that I have to get done that week, that day. I will either plan it out on a Sunday or on a Monday, or sometimes it can be in the middle of the week. It just depends. But definitely taking time to properly plan out your day, your week, and just making a list. Like, I love lists. They keep me accountable and it keeps me focused on the things that I have to do. And I love just getting things out of my mind onto a piece of paper or onto my computer. I usually plan on my computer. I know some people do better with like a physical pen and paper, so just find what works for you. I use the free notes app on my MacBook. I have lots of different folders in there and different categories of different projects that I have going on, and then I have notes within that, so that really helps to keep me organized. I also use the calendar app on my computer as well, just the free one that comes with your MacBook. All of our meetings and appointments and everything will go into there. It's also where I plan out my videos in terms of like what is going live and what I want to be filming that day. Beyond just planning things out to keep yourself organized, I think another major component to having an organized life is just to have a more simplified life in terms of like your space, the people you hang out with, what you consume in terms of social media and entertainment, and just not having so much stuff in your life. I think that really helps to keep yourself thinking more clearly and being calmer during the day. So not like over cluttering your mind and your space and where you live. That helps tremendously. And then just knowing your why, knowing your priorities, why it is that you decide to do certain things. It helps to keep you more focused and on track and motivated to actually get the things that you want to do, like to actually get them done, and just having a good overall mindset about the things that you do, because then you'll be more excited to do those things. You'll need less like of a motivation to do them. You'll kind of just do them habitually, and I think you just enjoy the process more that way, and you start getting into a good flow, and it starts to come more naturally, and you'll have to plan less, if that makes sense. The next question that I want to answer is about the new apartment. A lot of you guys were asking about the kitchen and if it's like mandatory that we purchase the kitchen, or is that like a normal thing in Germany, or what's going on with all of that. I saw quite a few questions about this here, and also in my most recent video where I showed you guys the process of designing a kitchen. So one of the questions is, did you purchase this new apartment or are you renting? And if you are renting, how are you able to customize the kitchen? So firstly, we are renting, and we hope to buy something in the future, but for right now we're renting. And about the kitchen, so a lot of you guys were asking about this, and this is something that's very common in Germany and something that really shocked me when I moved here. So Mo and I have actually been looking at apartments pretty much since I moved here, which is about 4 years ago now. And when we first started looking at apartments, we would go to them and the people would say like, this is the rent price, and then this is the price for the kitchen. And I always thought that that was so strange. And Mo explained to me that yes, here in Germany, when you rent a place, you pay for the rent of the, you know, like the monthly rent, but then you can also buy the kitchen, you know, from the previous renter or from the owner. I kind of brushed it off in the beginning because I was like, there's just no way. There's just no way that that's possible. Like, you can't make people buy the kitchen, like that's so expensive, you know? Anyway, years went by, and every single time we went to go see an apartment, that was the same deal. And you could not buy the kitchen, but it's so competitive here when you go to look at apartments. So you'll have one apartment that you might love, and then there'll be like 10 other people who are also applying for that apartment. And if you don't want to buy the kitchen, the next person probably will. And obviously the owner is going to choose the tenants who want to buy the kitchen. So it's really such a different concept for me, because I've lived in lots of different cities and countries, and I've never experienced anything like this. So it was definitely a shocker to me. But with this new place that we got, there's actually no kitchen at all. So we are able to completely design and build in a new kitchen, which then once we move, we can ask for that money from the next renters. So yeah, that's how it works here in Germany. I don't know if it's like this all over Germany, but in Munich where we live, that's how it works. And there's really no way around it. You kind of just have to go with it, because again, if you don't want to buy the kitchen, they're going to find someone else who does. But hopefully the goal is that you're going to get some of that money back from the next renters. And I'm actually really happy that it worked out this way, because now we get to completely design and build in our own kitchen. It's going to be, of course, a brand new kitchen, and we got to decide all the finishings and all the drawer space and, you know, what fridge we want and all of those things. So it's actually really exciting, and it kind of worked out well. The next question is tips on starting your own business. Where to start, how to stay on track, tips for saving, etc. Excited for the video and also for your business that's hopefully coming soon. Yes, it's coming very soon. Mo and I want to actually do a whole video on this topic of starting your own business, so I won't say too much right now, but what I will say is to just start. Just take the first step. I know that it's so intimidating because you think about all the things that you have to do. Don't overwhelm yourself, but just take one little baby step, then take another little baby step. Something that we also did in the beginning is that we got a huge whiteboard and we just put all of our ideas down, and also kind of like a rough plan of how we were going to get this business started, what were the next few steps that we had to do. Obviously, like, when you first start a business, or when we first started a business, like, we had no idea about all of the things that went into it. We're definitely a little bit naive, but that's actually a good thing, because I think if we actually knew everything that was to come, maybe we would have been too scared. But I'm here to tell you that there is a lot that goes into it, especially if you are funding it by yourself and if you're doing it completely like on your own. But it's worth it, and you will get through all those like little nitty-gritty things that you think are maybe a bit difficult. As I said, just do one little thing at a time, make sure that that's done, and then move on to the next thing. Even if it takes you time, just really make sure that your building blocks, like your pieces of the house, are put on properly so that you have a stable structure. Really important once you decide the name of your business is to get it trademarked, because that takes ages, and until you have that trademark you can't actually make any of your designs, because you need to make sure that you're actually allowed to use that name and to start printing and designing and all of that stuff. So that's really important. Tips for staying on track is to make sure that you have like a goal list of that month or of that week, so that you know what to focus on that week and that you can hold yourself accountable. Yeah, those are just a few of the tips, but Mo and I want to do a whole video on this once we launch, and again, that is happening very, very soon. Okay, the next question is, do you have a new morning routine? I wouldn't say it's changed too much since I spoke to you guys about it last, but I really love having slow mornings. I like to wake up, I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, I'll come to the kitchen and I'll make my warm water with lemon, and I'll also have a bunch of fresh water. I'll kind of be in there for a little bit, I'll put the dishes away, and my brain will slowly start to wake up, and I just really enjoy that time. I'll then go to the bathroom and then I will get myself ready for a little workout. I was pretty consistent with going to Body Pump a few times per week over the summertime, but lately I've really been back into Pilates. I also really like going out for a walk in the morning. We have a park where we live, so that's something that I've been doing quite often. It's so nice and grounding, and I love just breathing in fresh air in the morning and getting in a little bit of movement. And I've really been enjoying just taking it a little bit easier on my body and not doing like a super intense workout class in the mornings. So I like to switch it up from time to time, and right now I'm really enjoying like the very slow and gentle mornings. I'll then shower, do my skincare routine, and then I'll make us breakfast. I do want to get back into journaling though. I haven't been doing that the last few months, but it is something that really helped me to understand myself better and understand my thoughts better. The next question is, what do you want to accomplish in the next 5 years? So in the next 5 years, Well, the first thing that comes to mind is definitely having a family. That's something that I am so excited about and something that will hopefully happen next year. So in 5 years time, oh my gosh, maybe we'll have 2 kids by then, which is so exciting. Also, another thing that of course I hope that we're gonna have is a very successful business, living out one of my biggest dreams, and hopefully that is going to be helping a lot of people as well. So that's another huge one. Another huge goal of mine is of course to write my book. So that's something that I hope would have happened in the next 5 years. And also just continuing my YouTube channel, continuing filming for you guys, making good content. That's always a goal of mine and something that I hope will continue in the next 5 years. The next question is, how many rooms does your new apartment have? So it has 3 bedrooms and 1 living room / kitchen area, but it's quite a big space. And then it also has a pretty big balcony as well. So of course one of the bedrooms is going to be our room, and that also has a bathroom with it. And then the second bedroom is going to be our office, and the third bedroom is going to be our wardrobe space, which will then be converted into our baby room once we get to that point. And right now, to give you guys some context, we've got 1 bedroom and like a small kind of half room that is between, it's this room right here, which is now our office space, but it's not like a full office space. So when we do calls and things like that, we can basically hear it throughout the entire apartment. So it's going to be really nice just to have more space and to have proper doors to separate the rooms. I'm super excited about that and just having more space in general. The next question is, do you believe in the law of attraction? I 100% believe in the law of attraction, and I've seen it work so many times in my own life. With that said though, I don't think that it's just about thinking and just the thinking will attract it. You obviously have to still work and do the things that are going to get you closer to what you want, but definitely just having that intention and having that energy and that open space for what it is that you want. I believe that that 100% will influence what is to come in your life. A really great book that I read recently is the Super Attractor book from Gabrielle Bernstein. I'll pop in a picture of it here. I actually listened to that book on Audible, I think it was in February, and that is a really great book if you want to kind of tap into this in a more modern way. I'll have a link for it down below in the description box if you guys want to check it out. But yes, I 100% believe in it. I think that's how Mo and I met. I think that's how I attracted this job that I have. Even our apartment that we're going to move into, these are all things that I have been thinking about for years. That's not to say that all of these things are going to come to you right away. It could take years, but I really believe that things happen when they're supposed to happen and everything happens for a reason. I really have a very strong faith and trust in that. So if you are wanting to attract something and it still hasn't happened, don't give up. It will come. But yeah, I definitely believe in the law of attraction, and I will have that book below, and also some other great books if you guys want to learn more about this, like from Wayne Dyer. His book Wishes Fulfilled is another great one. So I will have that one linked below as well. So those are all the questions that I'm going to answer today, and I will make sure to do a blog post as well with more questions that you guys have. Make sure to check the description box down below for the link to that blog post, and again, I will have more questions answered there. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you're all having a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.